Yes, it's true. Carnegie Institute is an open academy with its two exciting museums at one address, the Museum of Art and Carnegie Museum of Natural History. They radiate new vigor, new vitality. They are being discovered and rediscovered in their most popular role as a very special learning center. You might call it a $250 million classroom, actively devoted to art and science, filling wide-range community needs. Education sections of both museums have created all manner of tours, exhibits, and seminars, as well as hands-on learning experiences for thousands of area residents. Over 20 doctoral-level curators work in 14 different disciplines. This giant complex for pleasure, education, and research covers 13 acres of floor space. And each year, it welcomes more than 750,000 visitors. Actually, it is a thoroughly local miracle, having been built and maintained by Pittsburghers. The collections at Carnegie Museum of Natural History are an important international resource. They are shared in exchange programs and are studied by grad students and visiting scientists. Much of the work done here provides baseline data on our changing environment. For example, data is being collected from various points around the globe. It is concerned with the extremely delicate balance between ecosystems and mammals. This research may one day lead to an early warning system for man's ultimate viability on or off this planet. Indeed, Carnegie Museum of Natural History has been called, quite correctly, a world research resource. Carnegie Museum of Natural History and the Museum of Art bristle with the energy, the ideas, and the adventures of a great campus. An aggressive resurgence began with the Institute's first major development program, launched in 1973. It proved to be a quantum jump forward. In the fall of '74, the Museum of Art opened what the New York Times called an unflawed paradise, the Sarah Scaife Gallery, a splendorous new wing built and endowed by the Scaife family. It doubled the size of the Museum of Art and multiplied its pleasures many-fold. The Hines family provided funds for changing exhibition galleries, and the Ailsa Mellon Bruce galleries were created to display fine furniture, porcelains, tapestries, and more. The results of the development program have been impressive. Special thanks are due each donor. Pledges to date include over $26 million. 1/5 of that received has been marked for budget items and special programs. 1/4 has been used for renovating space, adding equipment, and other capital items. And more than half has gone into endowment. Carnegie Institute has been substantially strengthened. Now its future must be made unshakably secure. In spite of efforts to hold down costs, increases have strained the Institute's operating budget. Maintenance and security costs are double what they were 7 years ago. Utility costs have more than doubled since then, and insurance costs have tripled. Frankly, Carnegie Institute is not an ivory tower. It is a big business, subject to the financial realities of the marketplace. The problem, of course, is principally inflation. Spiraling inflation has outstripped the Institute's resources. At the same time, there is a vigorous new interest in museum activities. Over 100 volunteer docents are now active. The education staffs are twice what they were 5 years ago, and museum tours have tripled. All this in answer to needs of the community. But there are problems ahead. Projections for 1982 warn of a potential annual deficit exceeding $1 million. The threat is ominous, the danger real. If Carnegie Institute is to continue to serve the public with increasing effectiveness, its base of unrestricted endowment must be strengthened. One thing is clear. A continuing program for development must be pursued. Carnegie Institute must generate additional endowment funding, and it must also secure annual operating support, or its equivalent in unrestricted endowment. To ensure its future, a very special fund, known as the First Century Fund, has been established. The First Century Fund is structured to meet the financial needs of the Institute as it approaches its first 100 years of service. At least $20 million must be generated for the First Century Fund over the next 5 years. Carnegie Institute is well managed, aptly administered, and supremely grateful for its volunteer support. It is a superb facility with its 2 exciting museums at one address: the beloved and always busy Carnegie Museum of Natural History and the pleasure-filled, pristinely elegant Museum of Art. Carnegie Institute must be kept alive, productive, useful. It is a crucial time, a decisive time, and also a time of splendid opportunity in which we ask you to participate. With your help, we shall secure the First Century Fund for this celebrated complex. Remember, your contribution supports and ensures an enormous and enduring Pittsburgh achievement.